अब तुम शहर में आए हो, ऐसी ही बातें करोगे या तुम्हें इंग्लिश वगैरह भी आती है? लो कर लो बात।
For this special episode, a journey into the world of languages, a deep dive into the diverse world of pronunciation across English, Hindi, Telugu and Sanskrit. This famous clip that we just saw is from a Hindi movie called Namak Halal with the legendary Amitabh Bachchan in the lead. English is indeed a funny language. Several weeks back, I had disclosed that I was planning on an exciting project of narrating the stories of Brihat Katha from 2nd century AD in 3 languages, Telugu, Hindi and English. Of course, I plan to continue narration of Valmiki Ramayana from Sanskrit to English verse by verse, but I thought it would be important to touch upon the pronunciation exercise. When someone said, I shouldn't be saying Ramayana, rather should say Ramayan. Well, if I were speaking in Hindi, I would say Ramayan because the A vowel is truncated in Hindi. I would have said that. And that's a speciality of Hindi. In many places, the A vowel is truncated, A vowel in English. If I say the word in Telugu, I would have said Ramayanam or Ramayanamu. Since I am using Sanskrit pronunciation, I can say Ramayana or Ramayanam. Now you might ask, what about the way I say Sanskrit? I use an anglicized pronunciation. Well, that is correct. If I were saying the name in the language, I would have said Sanskritam. But since I am narrating the verses and describing in the language of English, I am using the anglicized form. Hope that is clear. My aim is to ensure that the pronunciation and enunciation in each language are as accurate and authentic as I can make them. This project is not just about storytelling. It's a personal journey that keeps me connected with the rich vocabulary and unique expressions of Telugu, Hindi, Sanskrit and English. For me, I live in the US, so it's a way for me to be in touch with especially Telugu and Hindi languages. It's a way for me to pay homage to these languages and their respective cultures. As I navigate through this multilingual narrative, I humbly ask for your understanding and patience. If I make a mistake, please excuse me. Pronunciation, especially in multiple languages, can be a complex and nuanced endeavor. Iyam visrushtiryata ababhuva yadivadadhe yadivana yo asya jaksha parame vyomanso angam veda yadivana veda. Let us start with English. The English language, with its rich history and diverse influences, presents a unique challenge in terms of pronunciation, especially for non-native speakers, including those from India and other parts of the world. The complexity stems from several factors. Historical influences. English has been influenced by a variety of languages, including Latin, French, Germanic, Indic, and Arabic languages. This has resulted in a patchwork of pronunciation rules and exceptions. Ballet, a dance form in French, is pronounced ballet. Rendezvous, Rendezvous. It's pronounced rendezvous. TSAR or CZAR is pronounced czar. It's a Russian word. Gourmet is a French word. Facade is another French word. Patio, Patio, that's a Spanish word. Algebra, it's an Arabic word. Fjord, it's a Norwegian word. Fjord is basically a water body between two mountains on either side, and it's long. That's called a fjord. They are generally there in Norway or in Alaska, for example. Safari, it's a Swahili word from South Africa. Karaoke is a Japanese word. Bazaar, it's a Persian word. Cuisine, it's a French word. Kiosk, it's a Turkish word. Robot, or robot, depending on whom you ask, is a Czech word. Schadenfreude, it's a Germanic word, Schadenfreude. It's a type of devious pleasure derived by someone from another person's misfortune. So those are the historical influences. And then we have the regional variations. English is spoken differently in various parts of the world. A classic example is the word Lieutenant. It's pronounced lieutenant in American English, but in British English it's pronounced lieutenant, because apparently that is a junior officer on the left side. So they are called lieutenants. Another example is opportunity. It's pronounced with different stress and vowel sounds in different English speaking countries. When I first came here, I used to say opportunity, and I heard people say opportunity. I mean different stresses on different parts. Another word is water, right? I used to say water, and they told me it's water. It's like a D, not with a T. Why then are we not writing it as WHADER if it is to be pronounced like that? I'm sure many of us experience this. You see a word for the first time, or maybe you've learned it in a certain way from someone. There is always someone to correct us. Apparently Indian kids growing up in America nail the spelling bee for whatever reason. If someone doesn't know what a spelling bee is, it is a competition where someone pronounces a word and you have to spell the word, the opposite of what I am doing.
बहुत ही अवैज्ञानिक भाषा है साहब. CUT कट है तो PUT पुट, TO2 DO2 किंतु GO गो हो जाता है. आप ही बताइए मेम साहब, जब TO2 DO2 तो GO गो क्यों नहीं?
Another issue is with English is inconsistent phonetics. English spelling and pronunciation, they do not always align. Words that look similar can have a vastly different pronunciation. The CHAR pattern demonstrates this. Let's look at some words here. Character, CHAR, character. CHARLATAN, charlatan. CHAMPAGNE, champagne. CHARISMA, charisma. CHARIOT, chariot. And then you have charcoal, charade, chardonnay. Another issue with English is silent letters and emphasis. English has many silent letters, and the emphasis on certain syllables can change the meaning of a word or its grammatical function. This adds another layer of complexity for learners. Here are examples of words with different silent letters, each requiring unique pronunciation. KNOT is pronounced not, like NOT, silent K. Doubt, DOUBT, it's a silent B, it's not doubt, it's doubt. Muscle has a silent C. Psychology, it's SY, P is silent. Island, S is silent. Isle, it's a silent A. Knife, K is silent. Gnome, G is silent. Write, W is silent. Why don't we write? Why don't we, if you are to write, why is it not RITE? Why is RRYT? Why is it not W? Why is it WRITE? I don't know. Honest, H is silent. Debt, B is silent. Column, N is silent. Receipt, P is silent. Ghost, H is silent. Wrist, W is silent. Comb, B is silent. Coup, P is silent. Night, K is silent. Scissors, C is silent. Champagne, it's a G is silent. So for non-native speakers, especially those from phonetic language backgrounds like many Indian languages, these aspects can be particularly challenging. In languages like Hindi, Telugu, Sanskrit or Tamil, words are generally pronounced as they are written. making English inconsistencies more noticeable. Being a non-native English speaker often means navigating these complexities and continuously learning. First, one needs to know the context. The same word might have different meanings and pronunciations depending on the context. And then the next challenging thing is accent adaptation. Non-native speakers often have to adapt their accent to be understood in different English speaking regions. You can all see that I have an adapted accent as well. Although I have tried to retain as much as an accent I had before, it's still, you have influences. If you are to convey something, you have to talk in that adapted accent. Continuous learning. Also, English requires ongoing learning and adaptation, even for advanced learners. Due to its evolving nature, slang and regional dialects, it becomes challenging. But English also offers immense richness, flexibility. It has global presence, it has a capacity for expression and adaptability, and makes it an exciting and rewarding language to learn and use. And you have to experience. English is that kind of a language where every word you need to hear from somebody, or you need to see, right now these days you have Google to see how it is pronounced. So that's English for you.
हम का काका बोलते हैं, दा आ दादा बोलते हैं, बा आ बीबी थोड़ी बोलते हैं. अरे यही तरीका है अंग्रेजी भाषा.
Let's talk about Sanskrit, Hindi and Telugu. Sanskrit, an ancient and classical language of India, is often revered as the root language of many Indian tongues. Originally inscribed in Brahmi script, Sanskrit has evolved over millennia. Today it is primarily written in the Devanagari script, a script that is also used by Hindi, a modern descendant of Sanskrit and a lingua franca of North India. Hindi, along with other North Indian languages like Marathi and Konkani, share this script. Telugu, on the other hand, uses a different script, known for its distinctive characters. This script, originating from the Telugu Kannada alphabet, is a testament to the language's unique evolution. Despite this difference in script, Telugu maintains a deep connection with Sanskrit, especially in terms of pronunciation. The phonetics of Telugu, though, closely mirror those of Sanskrit, making it one of Sanskrit's closest relatives in terms of spoken sound. This relationship is not just limited to Telugu. Other Indian languages such as Kannada and Malayalam also exhibit a strong influence of Sanskrit in their vocabulary and phonetics, though they use different scripts. Kannada uses the Kannada script, while Malayalam is written in the Malayalam script. Both languages, like Telugu, have evolved their own distinct identity while retaining the phonetic legacy of Sanskrit. One theory is that South Indian languages relatively remained untouched by the invasions that happened on the northern and western borders of India, and so they were not affected as much by the intermixing. I don't know if it is a good thing or a bad thing, it just so happened. And it preserved the phonetic legacy of Sanskrit. In fact, Sanskrit was written in different scripts too. Like in Tamil, it was written, Sanskrit was written in Tamil script right now. So let's examine some finer points. For example, in Hindi, certain vowel sounds are often shortened or truncated compared to their Sanskrit counterparts. I'm sure this can lead to pronunciation challenges when Hindi speakers attempt to pronounce Sanskrit words, as the length of vowels in Sanskrit is phonemically significant. Here are some examples of Hindi words where vowels might be pronounced more briefly compared to similar words in Sanskrit. Take the word Surya. In Sanskrit, you say Surya. In Hindi, you say Surya. In Telugu, you can say Surya or Suryudu. You sometimes add a consonant and a vowel to it. Karma in Sanskrit is spoken as karma in Hindi. Karma in Telugu. Take the word yoga. Yoga in Sanskrit, unless you put a ga in there, yoga, you usually pronounce it as yoga. Same word, a word like moksha. Moksha in Sanskrit is pronounced moksha in Hindi. And moksha, mokshamu in Telugu. It's with its own style. Take the name Arjuna. Arjuna in Sanskrit becomes Arjun in Hindi. Arjuna in Telugu works. Ashwa in Sanskrit becomes Ashva in Hindi, while in Telugu it is Ashvam or Ashva. So, let us examine one more interesting aspect of the pronunciation with respect to Sanskrit, Telugu and Hindi. One of the always the contentious parts is how do you pronounce 3 letters, particularly 3 letters, because they add beauty to their languages, whether they be Hindi, Telugu or Sanskrit. You have the words sa, sa and sha. Let's look at a table here. This table shows different consonants with different classifications, how they are pronounced, classification of how they are pronounced. And the letters are all Devanagari, and I am going to use Sanskrit pronunciation, and then try also introduce the Hindi pronunciation when appropriate. I just want to show the difference between sa, sa and sha, and how it is pronounced in these 2 languages, Sanskrit and Hindi. So, let us take a look at the first classification, which is Kanthya, velar, throat. So, it is pronounced ka, the consonants are ka, kha, ga, gha, nga. Everything is pronounced with your throat. Talavya means palatal. Palate means the roof of your mouth. When you are using palatal sounds, you are basically hitting the end of your tongue on the roof of your mouth. So, that's what palatal sounds are. Cha, cha, ja, jha, nya, sa. So, I am getting my tongue out to say sa and striking the palate. Next type of letters are Murdhanya or retroflex. Ta, tha, da, dha, na, sha. So, what you are doing here is you are curling your tongue and you are releasing the energy. So, that is retroflex sounds. The next classification are called Dantavya or dental. You are showing your teeth. Ta, tha, da, dha, na, sa. So, these are the letters that use dental. Let us not go to the next labial, let us not go there, because my objective is to show the difference between how sa, sa and sha are pronounced. In Hindi, generally you do not find much difference between sa and sha. For example, you have the word sakha. Sakha is pronounced shakha. In Telugu, you do not have that confusion because you have sa, they call it a melika sa. Let us take some examples. Shanti, Shanti. I am not saying Santi, I am saying Shanti. I said melika sa, right? If you say it with the Telugu pronunciation, you can clearly tell the difference between, say for example, if I say Santi, Shanti, Shanti, right? So, there is a clear distinction there. Take the letter Shakti, S-A-K-T-I, or Shakti. In Hindi, you do not have a difference between, you do not often see the difference between sha and sha. You say Shakti. In Telugu though, you can clearly say Shakti. So, let us try Sakti, Shakti, Shakti. So, the middle one is the right answer, I would say. And then let us take the word Shiva. In Sanskrit pronunciation, in Telugu pronunciation, it is pretty similar, Shiva. But when you go to Hindi pronunciation, you say Shiv, Shivji,
Shiv. It's never Shiva. It's right between Sa and Sha. It's not closer to any of these, it's right in between. So you have to be careful in terms of how you pronounce it. Okay, guys, just because I'm saying it is be careful doesn't mean that there is something wrong. There are some people who spread unnecessary hoopla around if what will happen if you make a mistake. No, nothing will happen if you make a mistake. At least you should try. You should try to get the pronunciation as close as possible.
ఆ దుర్యోధన దుశ్శాసన కర్ణ శకునులు ఈ నలుగురిని కలిపి కొట్టినట్లు ఏమంటారో చెప్పించు. ఓ దుష్ట చతుష్టయం అనండి. ఓ దు దుసట చతుసటయం దుష్టట చతుటయటటః.
My approach to pronunciation, especially in the context of narrating the Valmiki Ramayana, stems from what I call linguistic common sense. It's not about claiming superiority in pronunciation or suggesting that there is a right or wrong way to articulate these ancient words. Pronunciation can be deeply personal and varies widely across cultures and individuals. Every one of us has our unique way of speaking, which is influenced by our backgrounds, education and personal experiences. In my case, when it comes to narrating the Ramayana, it is crucial for me that the pronunciation resonates with my understanding of the text and aligns with my desire to be as linguistically accurate as possible. Remember, language is a living, breathing entity that evolves and changes. Language is closely connected to culture. In places like China and Pakistan, they have completely suppressed other languages in favor of one superseding identity. Many cultures and subcultures have been lost due to this type of exclusivist thinking. There's a beauty in diversity. There's a wisdom in acknowledging that each of us contributes to the human speech and the civilization. So as you explore the realms of pronunciation in different languages, I encourage you to find your voice and your style. Let it be a reflection of who you are and the unique perspective you bring to this world. Let me say the verses of this beautiful poem from Niti Satakam, attributed to Bhartruhari from 5th century AD. It goes like this. Keyurani na bhushayanti purusham harana chandrojvala na snanam na vilepanam na kusumam nalankrita murdhaja वाण्येका समलं करोति पुरुषं या संस्कृता धार्यते क्षीयन्ते खलु भूषणानि सततं वाग्भूषणं भूषणम्. A person's real ornaments are neither the armlets they wear nor necklaces that shine like the moon, neither bathing nor smearing with oils nor flowers nor decorated hair. Only speech that is adorned with refined and cultured language is the real ornament. For indeed, all other ornaments wane, but the ornament of speech remains truly the greatest ornament. Thank you once again for being a part of this session. Let's continue to celebrate the diversity and beauty of languages together. If you like this episode, please like, share and subscribe this channel. And this is your host, Hemant. Thank you.